Defense wins championships. Don't believe us? Okay, so the steel curtain was a mess. The 2013 Seattle Seahawks and 2015 Denver Broncos were totally carried by offense. And oh yeah, Lawrence Taylor had nothing to do with the New York Giants' success. Anywho, you NFL fans know which teams have the best defense. Seattle, Denver, and Minnesota are a few squads that come to mind. But there are a good number of units that are often overlooked. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we look at the 10 most underrated defenses in the NFL. And a huge shout out to Maximum Security for suggesting this video. Number 10, Los Angeles Rams. It seems like the three guarantees in life are death, taxes, and the Rams finishing 7-9, and extending Jeff Fisher every year. Though nobody knows why the man gets 9 lives to coach this team, we'd credit his defense. Aaron Donald was ranked by Pro Football Focus as the NFL's best player prior to the start of 2016. Hard to disagree with the guy who registered 20 sacks in his first 2 seasons. From 2012 to 2014, Robert Quinn had 41 sacks, including 19 in 2013 alone. The Rams upset the Seattle Seahawks each year and have a formula for giving teams heck every night. It's all thanks to their terrorizing pass rush. Number 9, Dallas Cowboys. While most people make a big deal out of Tony Romo, the Cowboys' offensive line and whoever's lining up at running back, their defense has been a rather formidable unit ever since a disastrous 2013 season. In 2014 and 2015, the Cowboys' defense was a middle-of-the-pack unit, despite lacking many players. Sean Lee is a defensive leader and always a candidate to win Defensive Player of the Year if he's healthy. This team finished 5th against the pass in 2015. Barry Church is also an underrated safety on, well, this underrated D. Number 8, Houston Texans. Many people may only think of J.J. Watt on the Texans' defense. After all, in 2012, 13, and 15, the Texans owned a top 10 defense in the NFL. In 2015, they only allowed opponents to score 16.9 points per game. Whitney Merciless has quietly dominated as a pass rusher. This secondary doesn't get much love despite the consistency from Jonathan Joseph. Mind you, Texans quarterbacks are usually awful, thus overshadowing the dominance of this D. Number 7, Buffalo Bills. You probably like to think of this team as the NFL's most pathetic, given their lengthy playoff drought. In 2014, they owned the NFL's 4th best defense, allowing just 18.1 points per game. They started off slowly in 2015 under Rex Ryan, but only allowed 22.4 points per game in an insanely offensively favored AFC East division. Their pass rush is one of the NFL's best, led by perennial Pro Bowler Marcel Darius. Stephon Gilmore is emerging as an elite shutdown corner. And oh yeah, Kyle Williams isn't half bad himself. Number 6, Miami Dolphins. Yardage-wise, the Dolphins' defense has never been that great, but we hate trying to ignore the talent on that side of the ball, so we aren't going to do it. Rashad Jones is the best safety in the NFL that you probably haven't heard of. They also have a future Hall of Fame pass rusher in Mario Williams. The defensive line is even more dangerous with Ndamukong Suh, causing heck at the line of scrimmage. One day all of it will come together for Miami and they'll own a top 10 defense in the NFL. Number 5, Philadelphia Eagles. Things have changed significantly for a team that has held a bottom 5 defense in the NFL in each of the last 3 seasons. Their hot start early in 2016 put them on our list. They held the Pittsburgh Steelers' juggernaut offense to 3 points and only allowed for 307 yards and 14.7 points per game through their first 6 games. Fletcher Cox is one of the league's premier pass rushers, coming off a career-high 9.5 sacks in 2015. Malcolm Jenkins is one of the best ball-hawking safeties, period. The Eagles' defense figures to be elite for years to come. Number 4, New England Patriots. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski score a ton of points. There's no doubt they're the identity of the Patriots offense and a big reason for the team's success. But the defense that Bill Belichick has built deserves more credit. Devin McCourty is one of the NFL's premier safeties, period, end of story. It's hard to overlook Malcolm Butler, who has shut down some of the league's most elite wide receivers every week. This front 7 is also a formidable unit, holding opponents to under 20 points per game in the last 2 seasons. Number 3, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not a lot of people pay attention to the Bucs these days. They really do have a formidable unit on defense. You're just not, well, paying attention. Levante David is a beast who's a sure bet for 100 tackles a season. The 10th best defense in 2015 allowed for 340.4 yards per game. Gerald McCoy is also an elite pass rusher, putting up over 8 sacks in each of his last 3 seasons. That's pretty good for a team that has Drew Brees, Cam Newton, and Matt Ryan in its division. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens. People have forgotten about this team's defense since legends Ray Lewis and Ed Reed left, following their Super Bowl 47 championship. After a disastrous 2014, it bounced back in 2015 and looks formidable again. With so many injuries on defense a year ago, namely Terrell Suggs, they had the league's 8th best unit. Ladarius Webb has been a stud since moving to safety and looks to shine in his new position for a long time. Signing perennial Pro Bowler safety Eric Weddle also does wonders. This unit remains dangerous even though the NFL's teams don't want to know it. and number 1, the Green Bay Packers. When the NFL's best quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is on your team, just about everybody will get overlooked. The Packers' defense is dominating the NFL every year. You're just forgetting about it. Everyone knows that Clay Matthews is a top 10 defensive player in the NFL, no questions asked. The team only gave up 21.8 points per game in 2014 and 20.2 points in 2015, as their D finished in the top 10 against the pass each year. Clinton-Dix has been a gem at safety with his ball-hawking skills and will only get better. Also, Sam Shields is one of the league's most underrated cornerbacks. You know it's hard to stop Aaron Rodgers and the Packers' offense. It's almost just as hard to score on the NFL's most underrated defense. Which NFL defense do you think is the most underrated? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.